DOLBERRY. I'm the House and Homeownership Project Administrator. I oversee the MI Homepower program. Want to do, if you put your mind to do it, you can do it. And what we're here today in Pryor, New Haven, with our MI Homepower initiative, is to assist you in doing that. And a house is the most valuable and the first purchase that anyone wants to make for self-sustainability, for wealth building. It's like the best asset you could have. And I think owning a home is the most, it just makes you feel good to put a key in the door and walk in and say, this is my home. So what we will be talking about today is what we can do to assist you with the purchase of your home, and what the MI Homepower initiative will do to help you. While I'm speaking, so before I introduce him, we do have banks here. We have a closed list of lenders, and that's what you do when you're looking for a mortgage. If there are things that you need to do to straighten up your credit, just because you have credit issues or things that need to be resolved, don't let that stop you from looking for a home. We have partners which will take you through literacy classes, which will help you get your credit at a point that you can apply for a mortgage. And we have neighborhood housing service, any type of HUD-approved counselors. You can go to them for counseling to help you get mortgage ready. And I have a list of those names, and you can call me and find out. I mean, we will do whatever you need us to do to help you to own a home, if that's what you want to do. And one of the things they talk about in the literacy classes is that after they give you all this information and tell you about it, I mean, you could make the decision then, do I really want to be a homeowner? Because it's not, people say, well, you own a home, but it's a lot more. When something happens to your apartment, you call the landlord. When something happens in your home, there's no landlord to call. You either got to do it yourself, find someone to do it, and everything that goes on within that home is your responsibility. So it's not as easy as picking up a phone and saying, well, my water pipe broke, can you come and fix it? That's what you would say to the landlord. On the other hand, you would have to do it yourself. So those are the things that you have to think about before you become a homeowner. Now, at this time, I'm going to go over some of what My Homepower is. My Homepower is mortgage insurance, which mortgage insurance is a percentage of your mortgage that you pay to the mortgage provider in case there's default or there's foreclosure. They will cover the mortgage. That insurance will cover the mortgage in case something happens that you don't pay it and they have to foreclose on the home. And what happens is that when you have the mortgage insurance adds dollars to your mortgage, so that you could pay from $30 to $50 to $130 more a month just for mortgage insurance, because they spread it out over a period of 10 years. And lots of times, I mean, because you people are here today, then you know it. Because when I went to buy my house, nobody told me I could pay mortgage insurance. I didn't even know what it was. So I said, no one say to me, well, you can pay that up front, and then you won't have to pay, the extra money each month. So if you have the mortgage insurance, we will pay the mortgage insurance up front, and any monies left over, we give a max of $10,000. Any monies that's left over after the mortgage insurance is paid can be used towards down payment and closing costs. And what happens is then I did give you, everyone has a folder which gives you the eligibility, the requirements, and so I'm not going to go through all of that. If you have certain questions about things, then you can ask me afterwards, or you can call me at the office or talk to me after the program. But that's basically what mortgage insurance, if we pay it up front, what it will do.
And the My Homepower strategy is definitely something that came out of unexpected circumstances. We were looking at one of our other programs and always trying to gauge our success and where we can improve and where we can grow the particular program. I heard another.
It's for recording. For recording would be nice.
I speak very loud.
You do, but yeah.
So we were trying to look at our other programs to see a way in which we can further impact homeownership in the empowerment zone. So as we were looking at the different files, there seemed to be this one thing that kept popping up in every one of the mortgages. So I kept saying to our contract compliance person, I said, what is that right there? I kept seeing this $150 to about $300 fee on every mortgage that folks were paying. It wasn't taxes, it wasn't anything to do with their escrow, nothing like that. Their mortgage, it was this one fee that kept popping up saying PMI, PMI, PMI. Now, I am a homeowner, but it wasn't something that I was overly familiar with. And so he said, Althea, that's mortgage insurance. Well, what is that for? Well, it's basically insurance on a mortgage that banks attach to a mortgage of particular homeowners or mortgages in general, just to make sure the mortgage gets paid. I said, well, how long do folks have to pay that? Generally, they have to pay it until the loan gets 80% loan to value, meaning you paid up to 20% of the value of the mortgage. And I said, well, how long could that take for some folks? 10 to 15 years. Well, do they get that money back? No. Well, does it reduce their mortgage? No. So when you think about $150 to $300 a month for 12 months times 10 to 15 years, we're talking anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 that you would pay on your mortgage that you never see again. Doesn't reduce your mortgage, it's just out of your pocket, so the bank has some security that your mortgage will be paid, and if you happen to default, the insurance covers that. I said, well, we need to address that. Usually with some insurance premiums, you can pay up front. Can we do that? Can we just totally eliminate this mortgage insurance? Sure, we can do that. Well, I want to do that. I want to do that because this $150 to $300 a month is a lot of money. For some folks, that's a lot of money. That's a few bills you could pay. It also could be, what we're looking to do is help you accumulate wealth, to do some real asset building beyond your home ownership. And so that's how My Homepower was formed, and that's how it was birthed, to find a way into which not only create first-time home buyers, but to actually help you to begin to accumulate wealth, to really build some assets beyond the house that you're living in, to familiarize you with products above and beyond what the banks offer. Because many times, new homeowners only know their lender once that closing is done. A lot of folks don't go back to that bank. And so part of what we wanted to do was to address a number of issues. We know that predatory lending is a huge, huge problem. We see folks foreclosing on their homes, interest rates being provided in the subprime market that just are not good for folks. I'll give an example. One particular woman, Rosa, saw her interest rate was 14% on her mortgage. 14%. And Rosa is very passionate about her work. She called the woman and said, I just want to be sure you know how much your interest rate is. Oh, don't worry about that, Rosa. Just sign the paper and, just let me have my mortgage. Well, do you know what it means to have 14% is astronomical. That is, basically the individual was becoming a victim, and this person was abusing the fact that this individual wanted to become a homeowner. So what we did to try and avoid that was approach every brick and mortar bank in the city to become a partner with us. To say, we want you to extend your best anti-predatory lending product, which is a CHAFA loan, which has the lowest interest rate, the lowest down payment and closing costs associated with the mortgage. And those folks came to the table, and we narrowed down to the partners which Rosa will talk about as well. So that's the other piece, is that we want you to have great and sound mortgages as well through this program. So we have a closed list of lenders who are going to work with everyone who comes through this program for the benefit of helping you go beyond just purchasing a home, but getting CDs, knowing what a money market is, investing your money wisely. Because we don't want you to take that $150 to $300 that you're going to save through this program and go to the mall with it. We don't want you to go get a new car because now you got $300 for a car payment. Because we know as soon as you drive a car for a lot, it depreciates in value significantly. But when you put your money away and allow it to build and grow, as our motto says, we're making a lasting difference for generations to come. And we want to help you in building your wealth and your assets, not only for yourselves, but for your children and your children's children. So that's where My Homepower came from. I know you probably didn't think, well, she really put all that thought into it? Actually, yeah, we did put that much thought into it. And it was a process over about 6 to 9 months before we launched this, because we wanted to make sure it was comprehensive and it truly, truly made an impact above and beyond what we had done before. So I thank you for being here. I wish you much success. I know all of you in some way, shape, or form, and at some point will become homeowners. I encourage you to tell other people about what Empowerment Haven is offering, not with only My Homepower, but our suite of programs that you'll hear some more about later. We have another individual coming up sharing about how folks can also save some funds to support their homeownership purchases. So thank you so much, and good luck to you. That's what it is.
Hold your hands, but we won't forget about you. We will call you back to different seminars that we will have. We will have about savings. We have about our IRA accounts. How that you could, the wealth builder, that's what the whole thing is about. Because once you purchase your home, you just don't stop there. You just want to keep moving further and further. And the way we do that, the relationship that we form with the banks will enable you to do that. Okay, is there any questions about what mortgage insurance is? My hope today is that you will leave here with two things, with knowing what mortgage insurance is, knowing how that it can affect your payments each month, and what Empowerment Haven can do to assist you to alleviate that extra payment each month. That's what I would like for you to leave with today. Yes.
I have a question. It's not directly about the mortgage insurance, but I live in Bridgeport, and I've attended the first-time home buyers class, and I have the 8 hours completed. And I'm at the step now where I'm looking to purchase in this area. What should I be doing? I've gone to a few programs and heard the stills about the different programs and stuff, but now I don't know what's the next step. Like, I've already completed the home buyer class. I have a little money set aside, and I want to purchase within the next few months.
Okay, this is the next step. This is what I would suggest that you do. We have our we have 4 banking partners, but 3 of them are here today. We have a realtor that's here, Mr. Stanley Hester is here today. So your first step would be to be pre-qualified, I would think, so that you will know what price range that you can look for a house for, and then he can help you. You can get a realtor. Not so, it doesn't have to be Stanley, but he is here to represent Century 21 today, and you can go to a realtor. Then you'll know exactly what you're qualified to buy. That would be the next step, is to talk to a lender. Okay, when you mean say start your process, what do you mean by that?
You found the house already, and you're getting ready to close. How will this help? Yeah.
Okay, the only way that if you're already in the process of closing, unless your mortgage is one of our 3 partners, we won't be, because we have Bank of America, we have New Alliance Bank, Citizens Bank, and People's Bank. There are 4 partners, lender partners in this program. And like Althea has stated previously, is that the reason we did that to assist, to help to not so much control, but to help in the predatory lending, because a lot of that is out there. And in answer to that, if you don't have the mortgage with one of those 4 lenders, you won't be able to use this program. But what I would suggest to you is that you have your own attorney to make sure you look at all the documents, the attorney along with you. Make sure you understand what you're signing. Because a lot of times that does happen where people don't, you know how many, the mortgage packet is probably this thick when you get ready to buy a house. And you have to, I read through everything. A lot of people don't. And there's a lot of people, because you figure you have your lawyer there, he's looking out for you. But you need to read things for yourself and understand it. And your lawyer is there also to help you, but also help you understand if you don't understand. Don't count on him reading, because that's what happened in the situation that Althea spoke to you about, that I was trying to help this woman not to get to a predatory lending situation. But finally, she just told me not to call her anymore. So that's what I did. I mean, I tried to help you, and they prey on low-income people. They prey on elderly. So this is a way to try to alleviate that, is to go to a bank to get your mortgage. And if you go there and you're not really ready yet, then stay with it and work with it, because they will tell you what you have to do to make yourself ready to get a mortgage. So spend the time. It's very frustrating sometimes, I can tell you that. It's because first of all, they're looking for a house wears you down. And you're at this point, well, I don't really want a house now if I got a kid. And the realtor calling you, they trying to sell a house and you trying to sleep, and they trying to make an appointment. You know what I mean? So it does get very stressful. But if it's something you want to do, you know how we are. When we want to do something, we will get it done. So that's what I suggest to you now. If you have already gotten your mortgage, you would have to, if it's not with one of those 4 lenders, then you would have to, you won't be able to use this program. But it doesn't mean that you can tell your sister, your brother, your cousins, or anybody. That's what we ask that you do, is to pass this on to someone else. Yes.
I have another question. As far as the $10,000, is that something, what are the eligibility requirements for that? Is that something that you're eligible for if you don't receive 100% financing, or is that something that everyone is eligible for?
The eligibility will be determined by your mortgage provider. Because whoever takes your mortgage, that's where you find out what your closing cost is, what all the fees are, and what you will need for down payment. That's not determined. Okay, I go to buy a house and I'm just going to get $10,000. It's determined by the need to afford the money. So once you go to get your mortgage is approved, you'll be able to know what monies you need to close. Now, some of the banks, as you know, some people don't charge mortgage insurance on the mortgages for different types of programs. That money, if that's the case, then any money that you need to close, that $10,000 can be used towards the closing costs and down payment. So if you go to a mortgage person and they don't have the mortgage insurance, you still can use that money towards down payment and closing costs. We do have several other programs, which we don't have the time doesn't permit to talk about them all, but we do have, in short, we have a Business Power, we have a New Haven Saves, which is an excellent program. So I'm going to ask Jacana Sowell to come up at this time and tell you something about New Haven Saves program.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Jacana Sowell. I'm the New Haven Saves Program Coordinator at Empower New Haven. I'm here to talk to you guys today about the New Haven Saves Initiative, which is a great initiative that we launched in September of last year. We currently have about 60 participants that are currently in the program, saving toward asset purchase, and are just waiting to actually make that purchase. Just to give you a little background about New Haven Saves, it's an IDA program. It's a 2-to-1 match program, so for participants that are eligible for the program, for every $1 that they save, they'll be matched $2. The asset purchases that are allowable in this program are for first-time home ownership, small business, and for education. Some of the eligibility requirements for this initiative are: you have to be a New Haven resident, you have to be a first-time home buyer, you have to have at least 1 child in the household under the age of 18, and depending on your household size, there are income guidelines that have to be met, unless you qualify for the earned income tax credit, which you will find out, once you file your taxes. You also have to work, I'm not sure if I said this, but you also have to work at least 30 hours a week for this program. It's a program really geared towards working families with children. Just a little bit more about New Haven Saves. Like I said, it's a 2-to-1 match program, so you can save up to $2,000 for your asset purchase of a home, small business, or for education. In this program, we offer financial literacy training, asset-based training to really help and encourage and give participants the background of purchasing a home, businesses. We're partnered, for education, we're partnered with the Department of Education's GEAR program. And what they do is just really get people, they get them information about scholarships, writing college essays, things like that, and letting them know which what kind of colleges and universities are available in Connecticut as well as outside of Connecticut, just to give people an overview of what's available, what's out there, and available for them. For people that are interested in doing, opening up a business, small business, maybe a daycare, anything that you might want to do, we kind of give you the backing for that as far as education. We are partnered up with the Business Assistance Center of the Greater New Haven Chamber of Commerce. And what they do it's Bob Liuzzi, and he kind of works with people on an individual basis and really sees, where it is you're at with starting your business, helps you come up with a business plan and potential funding sources to fund your business. For first-time home buyers, we just require that you complete a first-time home buyer education course that is HUD certified, and the ones that are HUD certified in New Haven are Hill Development Corporation, Neighborhood Housing Services, as well as Catholic Charities of Central San Jose. They offered HUD certified housing counseling. One second. For financial, we also, like I said, we also require that participants go through financial literacy training, which kind of goes into your credit scores, looking at your credit, which can get you a mortgage, get you loans, things like that. So it really goes deep into your credit, looks at your credit report, just kind of goes into your credit report, kind of let you see, what you have up there, what you can work on, how to reduce debt, how to save, starting to build banking relationships with banks and things like that. So we require that you do that training, and they offer that as well at Hill Development Corporation, Neighborhood Housing Services, and also mutual housing. This new component that we started for New Haven Saves is for financial literacy. Is we allow people to do complete financial literacy at their own pace. It's on a CD-ROM that we get from the FDIC, and it covers all those topics. And it just gives you a chance to not be limited to certain classes that you have to take. Those classes might not fit into your personal schedules, your work schedules. So we just kind of want to give people another opportunity to do the training and still learn the same things that they would in in-class training. And for this program, we require that you be in the program saving for at least 6 months, but you can save, for your house, for your education, or for your business for up to 3 years. So if you're ready within 6 months, then and you've been saving, then you can make your asset purchase and we'll match the money that you've been saving. But if not, and you're not ready, you might not be ready within the next year, maybe not even the next 2 years, you can be in this program for up to 3 years. So we require that you deposit at least $20 in your account, at least $20 a month in the account, to keep your account open, and so that we can see that you are, ready to save and that you're really interested in making your purchase. And that's what you can save. Question?
I was going to ask you, did you have to go to a bank to do that?
To do what?
To start saving money?
No. To kind of go through the process, we actually have a round that's open right now that you can fill out applications, submit your applications to Empower New Haven. But what you do is fill out your application, and if you meet all the eligibility requirements, then you can be deemed as a participant in the initiative. And what we require is that you go through financial literacy training before you open your bank account, so that you are knowledgeable of what's going to happen when you're really ready to purchase this house, what's behind it, things like that.
One of the requirements you mentioned when you started was that you had to have at least a minor child in the house?
Yeah, at least one child in the household under the age of 18.
Okay, as far as the business aspect of it, is that also the same criteria?
Yeah, that's just the basic eligibility requirements for New Haven Saves. It doesn't matter which asset that you're interested in purchasing. Any more questions?
So you gotta have kids if you don't have kids?
Yeah.
Well, for this program, it's federal funding that we got from the Department of Health and Human Services, and these are not necessarily our guidelines that we set. These are guidelines of the funding source that we have to follow.
So if you have God kids or something with the school,
Do they live in your household, and do you support those God kids?
support them.
They have to live in they have to be a part of your household.
Are you sure that they paying down your taxes?
Okay, good question.
Yeah, my grandson lives with me. He's on my taxes and everything. But he's 17, but he'll be 18 in January, but he's still, you know, in school. This is his last year.
Another thing I actually forgot to mention is that if you have a child in the household and they're in at least the 9th grade, you can enroll them in the program if you qualify and meet the guidelines so that they may save for their education as well. They just have to be at least a junior, at least a freshman in high school, and you can save them as well.
Do you guys have a program, like where I'm at right now, like part of the small business thing? Do you guys have a program that help with the plan to help with proposals?
Yeah, we're partnered with the Business Assistance Center of the Greater New Haven Chamber of Commerce, and I can give you the information for Bob and Lucy. Yep. And well, we can find some other alternatives for you if that's something you know
the
really
program
interested in.
that you guys have to say program, it's not an interesting program, but it's only if you have kids.
You have to have at least one child in the household. But there are other programs out there aside from New Haven State. Does anybody have any more questions?
Just Jacarta, before we close, I think the lady, if she enrolled her, is it your grandchild is 17 now?
Yeah, he's 17.
And so if she enrolls now, even when he turns 18, as long as she's enrolled while he's of the required age.
The child has, they can be 18 and under. They have to be at least under 18.
Because January is coming up.
Yeah, he can be 18. He can be at least 18. If he's over 18, that's when he's not a qualified child in the household. If he's over age 18.
It doesn't matter that he's still in school?
No, that's a good thing. That's fine. He just has to be 18 and under in the household.
Okay, so after 18 they're cut off.
Yeah, after 18, they're not counted as children in the household.
In the case of like college-bound students, usually with other colleges.
Okay, thank you, Jacarta, again. Any other further information, you can certainly contact Empower New Haven, and she can answer a question. We have our business developer, which is administrator, which is Carla Bragg. I would like for her to stand at this time. She's in the back. So if you would like to start a business, you can certainly see Carla. We have Alejandra Silva, which is in charge of our nonprofit program. She's the program manager for that particular program. So we're doing lots of things. We just have to, when you call, just tell us what you need, and we'll try. If we can't do it, we'll try to direct you to the person that does. Now, this time, I want to say thank you to our partners. I'm going to ask the banks. We have 3 banks here today. We have Laverne Watts from New Alliance Bank. I would like to ask her to come up to say a few words. We have Darren Meter, the mortgage originator from Citizens Bank. From Bank of America, we have Jeanette Lucky. And I'd like them to ask them to come up and just to introduce themselves to you. Thank you. This is Laverne Watts.
Introduction for my name. Everyone knows why I'm here from New Alliance
A
Bank.
little more to the mic, Laverne.
I'm Laverne from New Alliance Bank. I am known as the LMI mortgage originator. LMI means low to moderate income families. We try and initiate a program every year to help out those families who are following those guidelines where they need a little assistance. And as Rosa was speaking of earlier, we also have a program that comes around once a year that helps with the mortgage, and we also eliminate the mortgage insurance. So those of you who are interested, you can come and talk to see me afterwards, and you can see if I'll get you pre-qualified and take you up applications for that program.
Thank you, Laverne.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Jeanette Lucky. I work at Bank of America. I am an account executive. I've been with the bank for about 9 years. The Bank of America wholly supports the MI program, the MI Power. You all know what MI is. It's not something pretty, not really something that would benefit you. So I would, my suggestion is you know what, talk to your lenders. That is one of the things that most customers don't do. They don't ask questions, they don't get the proper information. No one should make you feel like you can't ask a question. And if you feel uncomfortable, your calls aren't getting returned, call someone else. That's why there's so many of us. You know, my suggestion is just, you know what, get to know the person that you're doing business with. A lot of us don't, and that's how we get taken advantage of, because we don't ask questions, we really don't know this person. I don't believe that any mortgage lender would expect for you to be an expert. That's our expertise. But there are a lot of questions that you should have. It's not just the interest rate. Interest rate is not the most important thing, even though it is important. You have to look at the programs that you're getting yourself into. So I would say, you know what, that's my biggest suggestion. Speak with your lender. You can call around and ask questions without giving your social security number or your life story. Just ask questions. What first-time homebuyer programs do you have? You know what, how much is it going to cost me? Do I have to put money down? The reality is, if you're going to purchase a home, you are going to have to put some funds into it. But there are institutions, such as the one I work for. We do have programs that are 100% financed for single-family condos and two families. You have to qualify for the program. There are income limits, there are guidelines. Those are the questions that you need to be asking each lender. Not just of Bank of America or Citizens or New Alliance. We're all good banks. We all have something good to offer. Ask each lender what they have to offer you. You have a question?
Yes, I do.
Hi, how you doing? Thanks for coming out, everybody. I'm Darren Meter with Citizens, and I don't know about the dancing analogy, because no matter what club I go to, I ain't going to be able to dance.
We'll work with you. We'll work with you. We'll work with
exactly.
you. We work with everybody. The remedial, that's training.
One of the things that I just want to point out is that buying a house is something that is very, very doable. Even before the Empower initiative, there are many first-time homebuyer programs that provide 100% financing. I've done so many loans for people that get in with a couple $100 out of their pocket, and that's how they bought their first house. There's great programs with any of the lenders, and having this initiative from Empower, having the New Haven Savings Initiative, it really makes it something that you really can't pass up. I mean, think about it. You're getting the equivalent of $10,000 free. Plus, if you're going to save some of your own money and you can qualify for the New Haven Savings Program, that's even more money. So a 100% financing program, most of the time, there are chances you may not even use 100% financing because you're getting this money to buy a property. Any of the lenders here, very reputable, and there's a reason Empower chose them to work with. We are based in New Haven, we have brick and mortar branches here, but it's also because we're very upstanding. And why I'd encourage you to go to, whether it's New Haven Savings or Citizens or People's, New Alliance, is because we're loan officers that work for the bank, we work through government and community programs, and we're going to provide what's best for you. Even if you're not ready to buy a house today and you're thinking this is something I want to do in a year, 2 years, come sit down. It doesn't cost you anything. We can do it over the phone. We'll do a pre-approval, we'll look at your credit, and we'll tell you what you need to do. We try and make it very easy for you. And again, this Empower initiative is something that, once I heard about it, it's something that you can't pass up. If you're buying in New Haven, definitely take advantage of it. But thanks for coming.
Bank, Citizens Bank, People's Bank, Bank of America. We thank CHAPA, the federal, the FDIC. We have MI partners also that work with the banks, which is Radian, United Guarantee, and PMI.
Here empowered New Haven, combining hope with possibilities. Here in our community, we're making a lasting difference for generations to come. Empowering all, one by one. Here empowered New Haven, combining hope with possibilities. workable plan. Here in Power, New Haven, combining hope with possibilities. Here in our community, we're making a lasting difference for generations to come, empowering all, one by one. Let or own, you're in the zone. Don't try to work this system alone. Empowerment is fresh ideas from New Haven community peers. Guide you through all your doubts and fears. When the next steps not clear to you, give a call back. We can help you there too. We empower. We'll find a way. Let's begin that friendship today. We're empowered, New Haven, combining hope with possibilities. Here in our community, we're making a lasting difference for generations to come, empowering all, one by one. We're making a lasting difference for generations to come, empowering all, one by one.
Ahí por el camino del sitio mío, con carretero alegre paso. En tu tonada, que es mi guajira, que es mi sentir alegre canto. Me voy a la trovador, a descargar la careta. Me voy a la trovador, a descargar la careta. Para llegar a la meta, yo pipo un salamo.
A caballo vamos pa'l monte, a caballo vamos pa'l monte, a caballo vamos pa'l monte, a caballo vamos pa'l monte.
Ahí por el camino del sitio mío, un carretero alegre paso. En tu tonada, que es mi guajira, que es mi sentir alegre canto. Soy guajira y carretero, y en el campo vivo bien. Soy guajira y carretero, y en el campo vivo bien. Porque el campo se le ve más lindo que el mundo entero.
A caballo vamos pa'l monte, a caballo vamos pa'l monte, a caballo vamos pa'l monte, a caballo vamos pa'l monte.
African salsa molendi muyu. Si sento, asi sento. African salsa nuyunale. Ganyi deglulen. Salsa, mírale, salsa, Dani fetele, salsa, mírale, salsa, fetele, mama huele, salsa, mírale, la salsa, la salsa, la salsa nueva, mírale, salsa, conjunto nuevo, salsa, mírale, salsa, conjunto bueno, salsa, mírale, salsa, viva África, salsa, mírale, salsa, América, salsa, mírale, la salsa, la salsa, la salsa nueva, mírale, salsa, African salsa, mírale, salsa, salsa, mírale, salsa, salsa, mírale, salsa, Gagny fetele, salsa, mírale, salsa, fetele, ñoño African salsa, mírale, la salsa, la salsa, la salsa nueva, mírale, salsa, conjunto nuevo, salsa, mírale, salsa, baila bien, baila mi ritmo, salsa, mírale, timanero, timanero, timanero nuevo, salsa, mírale, salsa, toca mi tumba buena, salsa, mírale, salsa, ven, baila mi ritmo nuevo, salsa, mírale, salsa, Gagny fetele, salsa, mírale, salsa, Gagny yule, salsa, mírale, salsa, no yo mi fetele, salsa, mírale, salsa, viva la salsa, salsa, mírale, salsa. Viva la salsa.
Here in power, New Haven, combining hope with possibilities. Here in our community, we're making a lasting difference for generations to come, empowering all, one by one. We're in power, New Haven, combining hope with possibilities. Here in our community, we're making a lasting difference for generations to come, empowering all, one by one. Set a goal and grab a hold, aggressively obtain it, be bold. Empower gives you a hand toward believing that you can. We'll aid you while you accomplish a workable plan. Here in power, New Haven, combining hope with possibilities. Here in our community, we're making a lasting difference for generations to come,
Le damos las gracias por hacer acto de presencia aquí esta mañana. Para las personas que no hablan inglés, yo voy a resumir brevemente lo que mi compañera Rosa y la presidenta Ausia acaba de decir acerca de lo que es la iniciativa de My Homepower. Básicamente, la iniciativa de My Homepower es una iniciativa en la cual, si usted es elegible y usted cumple con todos los requisitos, Empower New Haven le dará aproximadamente $10,000, y eso cubrirá lo que mi compañera y Rosa acabaron de explicar, cubrirá un 20% de lo que es My MI, which is Mortgage Insurance. Viene siendo seguro hipotecario, porque muchos de nosotros, o muchas personas en las cuales tienen planes de comprar una vivienda, una vez que usted entra en el proceso de comprar esa vivienda, pues hay una serie de costos y de gastos en las cuales nosotros no estamos familiarizados con ellos, y uno de ellos es el seguro hipotecario. Entonces, viene siendo que una vez que usted cualifique para esa iniciativa, ese 20% de esos $10,000 va a ser para su seguro hipotecario. Y el dinero que le resta, si es que le sobra algún dinero, usted lo puede utilizar para gastos de pago inicial y gastos de costos de cierre. A la larga, esta iniciativa le va a economizar a usted mucho dinero, porque si usted paga en el seguro hipotecario de $200 a $300 mensuales, y usted multiplica esa cantidad de dinero mensual y la multiplica anual por 10 o 15 años, usted va a ver la diferencia. Porque mes por mes usted no ve la diferencia, pero cuando usted multiplique esa cantidad por mes y por año, entonces usted se da de cuenta. Entonces, ese dinero, como dijo la presidenta Ortiz, como dijo nuestra compañera Rosa, ese dinero usted se puede familiarizar con los bancos, como por ejemplo con el New Alliance, Citizen, y como los bancos de nuestra comunidad. Usted se puede familiarizar y usted puede invertir ese dinero. Ahora, no quiere decir que ese dinero que le sobre, usted pues, como dice mi compañera y como dijo la presidenta, usted se va a ir a comprar un carro nuevo. Porque acuérdese que usted va a hacer una inversión bien importante. La compra de una casa es una de las inversiones más grandes que usted va a hacer en su vida. Entonces, si usted se va y se compra un vehículo, entonces muchas personas no toman en cuenta el costo. O sea, póngase a pensar que si usted compra un vehículo, usted va a tener un pago mensual, más usted va a tener su hipoteca, el pago de su hipoteca. Entonces, usted va a tener que pagar el impuesto por ese vehículo. Y ustedes tienen que saber que Connecticut, el porciento de impuestos que se cobra es bien alto. Connecticut es uno de los estados, si vamos a ver, y no estoy equivocada, Connecticut hace probablemente el número 6 en los impuestos más altos, un 6%. Entonces, si usted, por ejemplo, como dice ella, compra una casa, entonces tiene que comprar un vehículo nuevo para que esté al frente de su casa. ¿Por qué no comprar un vehículo usado? ¿Por qué no economizarse ese pago mensual? Y entonces, ese dinero que usted va a pagar por ese vehículo, usted lo puede economizar en caso de que haya una emergencia en su propiedad. Imagínese que a usted se le rompa un tubo del agua en la casa. Imagínate que se te dañe la calefacción. No, cuando usted renta un apartamento, usted puede llamar al dueño de la casa que le arregle si se le rompió el tubo del agua, si se le dañó la calefacción, lo que se le dañe, usted llama al dueño de la casa y el dueño de la casa incurre en esos gastos. Pero cuando usted es dueño de una propiedad, usted tiene que ser el responsable y el que tiene que cumplir con los gastos de esa propiedad. Entonces, si usted incurre en el gasto de comprarse un auto nuevo y una emergencia ocurre, entonces ahí es que usted se va a ver apretado. Ahí es que usted se va a ver la situación que entonces no va a tener un dinero economizado para una emergencia, porque entonces tiene que hacer el pago del carro. Entonces, es como dice la presidenta y como dice mi compañera Rosa, ¿por qué no invertir ese dinero? ¿Por qué no ir a un banco en la comunidad como New Alliance, Bank of America, People, Citizens? Y mire, si usted se siente intimidado, la mayoría de las veces en esos bancos tienen personas bilingües. Y si usted se siente cómodo con una persona bilingüe que hable su idioma, ellos le pueden presentar todos los productos, le pueden hablar de cómo invertir dinero, cómo comprar fondos mutuos, cómo invertir, con los CD, tantos productos que hay en el mercado del bancario, que usted puede invertir ese dinero y a la larga beneficiarse. Porque piense, si usted va a estar en esa propiedad por 20, 25, 30 años, lo más probable es que usted se va a retirar en esa propiedad. Entonces, piense en que usted quiere retirarse cómodamente. Usted quiere pues planear para su retiro, planear para cuando ya usted llegue a cierta edad y usted no va a trabajar, pues que usted pueda estar cómodo en su propiedad, que usted no tenga que estar pagando una hipoteca exorbitante o tenga que estar incurriendo en gastos exorbitantes, los cuales son innecesarios. ¿Por qué no invertir ese dinero? O sea, esto es algo que serio, es algo que lo tenemos que concientizar en nuestra comunidad. Y especialmente los dueños que van a ser, las personas que van a ser dueños por primera vez, son cosas que nosotros tenemos que concientizar en nuestra comunidad y tomar ventaja de estos programas, porque estos programas son muy buenos, son una iniciativa y verdaderamente que yo personalmente les puedo decir que desde que yo comencé a trabajar con Homepower New Haven, yo misma soy un recipiente de Homepower New Haven, porque cuando yo no tenía trabajo, yo fui a New Life Corporation, los cuales están asociados con Homepower New Haven, y ellos fueron los que me consiguieron la posición para trabajar en Homepower New Haven. Soy otro segundo recipiente porque también participo en New Haven 6. Entonces ya soy recipiente por segunda vez. Y entonces si en mi futuro también, al igual que usted, yo no tengo una propiedad y también quiero tener una propiedad, pues puedo pasar también a ser un tercer recipiente. Porque ¿por qué no beneficiarse de estos programas? Muchas personas no saben de estos programas, muchas personas pues no están orientadas, la información, la falta de información. Pero mire, trate de informarse todo lo más que se pueda, trate de educarse lo mejor que usted pueda, edúquese, haga preguntas, pregúntele a familia, amistades, a personas que ya son dueños de una propiedad, pregúntele. Y a la misma vez, mire, si usted escucha estos programas, mire, tome ventaja, edúquese. Estos programas no solamente que usted llena la aplicación y ya obtiene el fondo, sino este programa también ofrece, usted tiene que cumplir con los requisitos de participar en unos módulos. Y esos módulos le enseñan a usted acerca de la finanza, le enseña a usted acerca de cómo hacer un presupuesto, le enseña a usted a familiarizarse cómo trabajan los bancos, las diferentes cuentas. O sea, hay tantas cosas en las cuales que son tan educacionales y que son de gran beneficio para nosotros. ¿Alguna persona tiene alguna pregunta en este momento? Por favor, hace su mano y déjenme saber si tiene alguna pregunta. ¿Hay alguien aquí que no se siente cómodo, no entiende muy bien el idioma del inglés y desea hacer una pregunta? Si hay alguien, si usted no quiere hacer la pregunta ahora o no tiene en mente alguna pregunta y más tarde se recuerda de alguna pregunta, por favor, a lo último yo voy a estar en la parte de atrás con mi compañera, con Rosa, y si usted tiene alguna pregunta, escríbala inmediatamente. Vamos a estar en la parte de atrás al final de la sección y contestaremos cualquier pregunta que usted tenga. Y quiero también darle las gracias por haber tomado de su tiempo nuevamente para estar aquí. Tenemos 2 secciones más. Una es el martes, septiembre 12, en la escuela John Martinez School en Fairhaven, en el 100 de James Street. Para las personas que estén interesadas o tenemos las tarjetas en la parte de atrás con las fechas de las próximas 2 secciones. Es importante pues que mire, informe a su familia, a sus amistades, a toda persona que usted sepa que tiene el interés de ser propietario de una propiedad, que se eduque lo mejor que pueda. porque es una inversión que de por vida, es una inversión que le va a beneficiar a usted y a su familia toda una vida. Le damos las gracias a todos y nuevamente mi nombre es Eunice. Pueden llamar a la oficina, cualquier pregunta que tengan. Yo estoy en la oficina de lunes a viernes de 9 a 5. Si no estoy, por favor denme un mensaje con la persona y yo le devolveré la llamada. Y cualquier pregunta, pues ya ustedes saben dónde contactarnos. Muchas gracias a todos y pues les dejo a mi compañera Rosa.
Generations to come, empowering